Hello and welcome back to On The Football Zone and to a weekend reviewing the second weekend of Premier League action, and start things off with Nottingham Forest 2, Sheffield United 1 at the City Ground. Awinai getting the lead in the 3rd minute for Nottingham Forest before Harmer equalised on 48th minute for Sheffield United on his debut, but Chris Wood late on getting the win for Forest. And on the whole, I would say it was a deserved win for Forest, big win for them as well. For Sheffield United, frustrating because, get that point with it 1-1 so late on. You really should be getting at least a draw, but for Forest, big win. But moving on into Brighton, and they picked up a dominant 4-1 win away at Wolves. Really a statement victory, especially after such an impressive win last time out as well. They're kind of in dreamland at the moment. But Mitoma, Estupinian, March with 2. Wang got one back for Wolves, but yeah, Nunez was set on late on, but yeah, Brighton absolutely dominant here. What a start to the season they're having, and yeah, showing that they're going to be just as much of a threat, if not more of a threat, this year. But Wolves, yeah, looking a bit of a mess. But moving on then to Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 1 at Anfield. Semenyo in the 3rd minute gave Bournemouth the lead before Diaz made it 1-1. Salah then missed a penalty but put home the rebound in the 36th minute. McAllister sent off in the 58th minute for a penalty which I'm sure, for a red card, which I'm sure will be overturned, because yeah, for me that's definitely not red. And Jota in the 62nd minute gave Liverpool the win. And Liverpool, even with the red, really impressive performance here, deserving of the win, and that's given them a bit of confidence booster. For Bournemouth, we'll kind of come into this expecting nothing, but maybe your expectations just for the red, who knows. But moving on into a massive win away for Brentford at Craven Cottage. Vissa with a goal in the 44th minute. Ream was then sent off for a second goal in the 64th minute, and Mbumo scored from the spot 2 minutes after that, and Mbumo late on again scoring for Brentford to cack off a great day for them. This was a big performance, even though Fulham had the red card. Brentford was still winning before that. Really good start for Brentford, and yeah, they'll take a lot of optimism from this performance, as will Spurs, who got a 2-0 win over Manchester United. Huge win for them, huge win for Ange, and that should really give Spurs some confidence, obviously after the loss of Harry Kane, that they can still have a good season this year. It was Sarr and Martinez with an own goal that sealed the win for Tottenham, and yeah, on the whole, quite a close game here when you look at the stats, but I think Spurs deserve the win. They were outstanding. Manchester United still not clicking. Casemiro in midfield really struggling on his own, it seems like. But yeah, for Spurs this was a big win, statement win, but Manchester United really do have a lot of work to do. But moving on into Manchester United 1, Newcastle 0 at the Etihad. It was Alvarez in the 31st minute who got the goal for Man City to give them the lead. It's a close game, but that was enough to separate them. City still having the advantage, and like I said in the preview, I kind of felt like this was the big opportunity for Newcastle maybe to get some get an advantage over City. City obviously having a bit of a hectic week, but it wasn't to be. It was a close game, but City still having the advantage, and I think that kind of is an ominous sign for the season ahead. But moving on into Villa 4, Everton 0 at Villa Park. John McGinn, Douglas Luiz made it 2-0. Leon Bailey made it 3-0, and Duran in the made it 4-0 late on. Villa coming into this one, dominant win. Obviously after last week being humiliated almost in a way, it was a big win and they needed to make, and boy oh boy did they. But for Everton, kind of hands tied behind their back at the moment. They're just in a really tough situation, and just because it's already looking hard to see how they survive. But moving on into West Ham 3, Chelsea 1 at the London Stadium. Big win here for West Ham. James Ward-Prowse 2 assists on his debut. Really impressive performance from him. But Enzo Fernandez missed a penalty in here. Chelsea equalised. Ogar was sent off in the 67th minute. Lucas Paqueta late on even scoring a penalty. And for Chelsea, it's kind of reminiscent of last year, which being concerning. But for West Ham, big win. Ward-Prowse looks like a great signing. Really positive signs here for West Ham. But Chelsea, they'll be keen to ensure this doesn't kind of go the same way as last season already. Palace 0, Arsenal 1 was the score at Selhurst Park on Monday in the Premier League. The only goal of the game was an Odegaard penalty in the 53rd minute. Tomiyasu was sent off in the 67th minute. 2 ridiculous yellow cards. No way he should have been sent off there. Arsenal will be disappointed with that to miss him for the next game. But for Arsenal, they held on here. Really impressive with just 10 players, and they'll definitely take that. Big win for them. they'll be delighted. But for Palace, a bit disappointed not to get anything out of it. But they pushed them hard. But still, I think they'll be disappointed not to get anything from it. And moving on into a final game, we're going to do another preview here on the review show and previewing the UEFA Europa Conference League qualifier between Hibs and Aston Villa. Obviously, the Scottish team against the English team, and Hibs have done well to get this far. But I think Villa, when you look at the different teams who scores, I think Villa will definitely be confident of going there and getting the victory here. I'm going to say it will be a 2-0 win here to Aston Villa. I think it could be more. But yeah, I think Villa will be feeling very confident. But anyway, guys, that's it for video. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and next up's going to have daily football news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.